Now, we will now open the forum, the meeting to anyone who can share. But as promised, I will give the first priority to my friend Ted Mayer. Hello, Ted.
Oh, boo. Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes, you're coming in fine. How's
Okay.
the weather there? How's the weather in
It,
California?
it was a little warm. As you can see, I have the fan on, but it's okay. Not bad.
Okay. No more looting.
Not in Los Angeles. No.
Okay, good. That's good.
Everything's good.
Okay. Go ahead,
Okay.
Ted. Go ahead.
Okay. Thanks, boo. Uh, I left San Beda after my second year of high school, so I probably missed most of the cool happenings during a third and fourth year of high school. But I do remember Noel, Noli, and Mon during our elementary school, looking at my Echo 66. Noel was quiet, reserved, and I wished that I could have associated with him more. Anyway, it was like a dream seeing you guys, my batchmates, during our 50th reunion. Uh, I don't recall Ira, Lacson. Yeah, I don't recall Ira from San Beda, so maybe he came after I left. I don't know. But anyway, he was sitting on our table during the kickoff at Trev's. He was sitting there with Edwin. So I just remember saying hello and shaking hands with Ira. He was quite friendly. And Noli, Medalla, I remember him coming to our table for a while at Trev's Grill, and he chatted with us, and he was telling us about his involvement with his barangay, and that the hotel that we were staying in was encompassed in his barangay area. Noli accompanied us on our group during the day trip to Quezon, Nueva Ecija, which was a nice experience. Thanks, Pooh. I recall being in the back room at Boyet's house, Boyet Hoson's house, with some batchmates, Mickey, Amang, Emil, Mati, Jun Limbo, and many others. And there was hard liquor available. And I mentioned to Noli that I really don't drink hard liquor. I only drink beer. So what does Noli do? He tells the server, who then comes back with 2 cases of beer. And Noli was telling me that they actually had to go out and buy the 2 cases of beer. Now I have to drink all of it. But anyway, Noli helped me. I drank 3 bottles and he helped me a little bit. Noli was like low-key, kind of serious, but in his own way, he was a joker. At the same time, we had fun. With Mon Garcia, he was my classmate during my last year at San Beta under Mr. Pimentel. And I remember Mon being very pleasant and sincere and an honorable person. I just wished that I could have associated with Mon more. But after 52 years, I did see Mon again at the reunion, where I also met his lovely wife, Charito, who was very cordial and spoke to me like we were old friends. Annie I also met for the first time. She was with Charito. Hi, Itoy. Hi, Annie. That's it. I hope to see you all again soon.
Thank you, Ted. Best regards, huh?
Thank
Okay.
you.
And okay, now we will have Ana Pereira. Uh, sorry, Ana, I just lost my Spanish all of a sudden. So anyway, come in, Ana. Ana.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Okay, now hear you now. Hello, Ana.
Hello. Hello to everybody. Good evening. Buenas noches. After listening to Itoy, I feel almost breathless, and I don't think I'm ready to share now, because that was really, really, really great, Itoy. You really summarized everything. But anyway, from my end, I did something different. I remember Noli, Noel, and Ira in class, but my interactions with them were mainly in the classroom and around Sambeda school grounds. And they were in their fourth year, and that was in 1969. That was also my first year of teaching in Sambeda. So I thought I had a very good memory, but I struggled trying to place them in my memory bank, seeing how handsome they have grown and have become. So I struggled to find the 16-year-old, 17-year-old images of them when I had them all the way back in 1969. And I was successful. I remember them the way they were. And if my memory serves me right, Noli was the serious one, and Ira was the one that laughed a lot and smiled a lot. So I'm glad to have attended the Golden Jubilee homecoming early this year, even if I was not able to say hello to each one on a one-on-one basis. There was just too many people. And for Mon, everybody knows what a campus figure he was and what a prominent student leader he was, who was responsible for so many things in his senior year. But we had our Spanish class at the fifth period at that time, and it was right after lunch, really a bad time, the worst time of the day. Yet he did his work, and he was a good and excellent student, as to be expected. Um, there's something I want to share. There's memory I have, not really of Mon, but of Itoy. And this is in connection with a question that someone asked me one time about whether or when did I know about them, about Itoy and Mon. Actually didn't until later, more close to their wedding. But at that time, um, someone asked me, and so I never told Itoy this, but somewhere in the latter part of 1970, I have a vivid memory of Itoy when we bumped into each other by the auditorium. I saw her, and I cannot forget the glow in her face, like all the beauty, beautiful as she was, and all the happiness that oozed out of her. I never told her that, but that struck me. And at that time, I didn't know why. I just said, oh, how beautiful my friend was or is at that time. And looking back now I know it was because of Mon. And I will end there. Bea, that was a beautiful, beautiful song that you sang from the heart to your dad and to your parents. So I try not to cry, but yeah, thanks. Thanks for having me. Good night, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.
Muchas gracias.
De nada, de nada.
Thank you,
Okay.
friend. Thank you.
Okay, I'd like to call on it's what 4 o'clock in the morning, I think, in London, and I'd like to call on Pito Lozano to say a few words. Boron, hello. Unmute. Okay.
Hi, magandang umaga sa inyong lahat. I left San Beda with first year high school, so like what Ted said, I miss all these cool gatherings and events. But I met Mon, Noli, whom I call always Mr. Medal, and Mr. Gonzales. Ira, not much because I think I've gone and came in. But anyways, I had fond memories of all of them. And what can I say? I do miss them. I do miss them. Thank you.
Salamat,
And
Pito.
yeah,
Okay. Salamat, Pito.
okay.
Okay. Thank you, Peewee Berendia, for showing up after a long time. I understand you're a very good friend of Ira. Peewee, we want to hear from you. Hello, Peewee. Paki-unmute, Peewee.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. What comes to mind is Carpe Diem. You gotta seize the day because I saw him last time. I saw him was February 24 in church, and we agreed to meet. Especially that knowing that some of you guys might be coming over, and I said we ought to schedule a meeting, and that was the last of it. So I feel I've lost out a lot. I miss you guys. I've been out of action. Missing in action for that matter. And Ira would have been the glue to get me back in the fold, but I lost him. But now we're back, so maybe you could patch up and renew acquaintances. We're out here in the East Coast, so anyone who comes over, please look us up, look me up. Would very much appreciate reviving those old happy days of years ago. That's about it.
Salamat, Peewee. Nice to see you. And surely, are you in Viber? Are you in Viber or Facebook?
Viber.
Okay, Mati is our Viber admin and Mike Escoto. So, guys, be sure to include Peewee. Wag na natin pakawalan si Peewee ngayon. Okay. Okay, now I'd like to call on Manny Paterno, who has a distinct experience with both Ira and Mon because they were seminarians together. Go ahead, Manny.
I remember during our time, Ira and Mon happened to have their bunks beside one another. I was facing Ira's bed, and it was Ira sleeping by the window next to Mon, and it so happened that was our first month in Guadalupe Seminary, and Mon was Mon had the bout of homesickness, and he never showed it during the daytime, but I'd hear him sobbing during bedtime. Once the lights are out and the guy in charge of the dorm has finished his round, I'd hear him sobbing, and Ira would start singing, I think, a wedding song in the middle of the night. It was a funny situation. You had Mon crying and Ira singing. But Mon was only in the seminary a few weeks. Okay, there were 3 pedants in our class. Myself, Apollo Lopez, who also passed away, and Mon. Okay? Mon only lasted a few weeks. He left, and I heard from my cousin Dave Rodriguez that after another year, he went back to San Beda. Okay? I had fond memories of Mon and even Ira in the seminary. But Mon was a classmate even in San Beda, so we had a lot of time together. Mon was the quiet, neat guy. Okay, he was always, immaculately dressed. Okay, but we enjoyed each other's company even in the seminary. I caught up again with him later after the EDSA revolution. He'd wander around Ultra while my kids were swimming. And again, I'd like to thank everyone for allowing me to join up with the batch. Then, and I'd like to extend my prayers for Itoy, Bea, and Noemi, and Norma also, the family of Noli. Noli, I've been with Noli in Couples for Christ. He was one of our leaders in Pasig and was very, very active as well. Okay. Again, I lost it.
Salamat, Manny. No, while I wanted to ask you, while Mon was crying and Ira was singing, what were you doing? But don't answer that anymore. Okay. So, Bert, my good friend Bert Roberto would like to hear from you, Bert. I know it's what, past midnight there. It's past your bedtime. Hello, Bert.
Hi, kumusta na?
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Can you
yes,
hear me?
okay. Yes, you're okay. You're okay. Go ahead.
Well, as you know, after high school, I went as a foreign exchange student, and Juan and I got separated for a year. And when I came back, the first thing he did was I came back late for the first semester of UP, so I had time on my hands. So the first thing he asked me was to go with him to a strike zone where some workers that they were supporting were on strike because of the management. And I knew at that time that the spirit of I really felt Mon wanted to change things bigger than things we think about. So I went to the strike with him. Luckily, nothing happened. And then after that, we had different views of how to tackle life. So we got separated again. He was active in the movement. I went to UP and was in a group with Mon Villasis. So, and when I was at the School of Economics at UP third year, lo and behold, he transferred from Ateneo to UP, and then that's when we got back into being real friends. Until even after each one of us got married, the husbands and wives together, we will go to Henny Season's place in Bataan, or when I was with Ayala, I was able to get the cottage in Baguio. All of us would go, and those were the times we were really close. And then when the EDSA revolution came about, I think it rekindled again Mon's thirst to make a change in society, right? So, and then in 1989, my wife and I immigrated to Canada, and the communication stopped. And I saw him in 1997 during a visit, in 2007, another visit. And then in March of 2019, I was asked to be one of the sponsors in Bog's son's wedding. And there was one evening that I was telling Charito that there was a party after the wedding, and throughout that party, I sat beside Mon. We couldn't communicate anymore. He wasn't talking, and I just put my arms around him, and then basically sat together. I just wanted him to feel the friendship. That's the last time I saw him. Thank you.
Salamat, Bert. Salamat. And one of the barkada of Mon, no? Aside from Bert, Bogs, Mon Villasis, is Benny Season. We'd like to hear from Benny. Tell us about your sorties in Isabela. Was it you or Mon who swam across the Abra River or something?
Cagayan River.
Cagayan River. Go ahead, Benny. Unmute. Unmute. Benny, unmute. Okay.
Okay na.
Okay na. Okay na.
Maraming week. Number one, you know that we were members of the Sambeda Midget basketball team yung first year. So kami dalawa lang from the high school, lahat puro elementary, grade 7, grade 6, ang kasama namin sa Sambeda basketball team. So si Mon talaga pinasukan lahat. Muntik nang magpare, muntik nang maging driver ng ganito, striker, etc. So talagang maligalig si Ramon. Si Noli Medalla naman, it was really very nice that on our last day of our reunion, although talaga tapos na reunion natin, during our max, siya yung naisipan kong mag-lead nung prayers. Because I remember that he was really very active in the Couples for Christ. And never natin naalala yata yun, o kaya pinag-lead siya ng prayers. And I was really touched by what he said. And nung nabalitaan ko ngang nag-pass on siya, sabi ko, Lord, salamat. Binigyan mo kami ng pagkakataon na magdasal kami. Ipagdasal kami ni Noli Medalla nung gabing yon sa Max. Which is really my last meeting of Noli. Kasi natid ko pa nga siya, maaga daw siyang uwi dahil meron pa yata siyang lakad na pupuntahan. In the case of Ira is my co-alumnus in this Japanese-sponsored Ship for Southeast Asia Youth Program, wherein 35 delegates from ASEAN countries and Japan. Sumakay kami sa isang barko, sa isang cruise ship, and inikot namin ASEAN countries and Japan for less than 2 months. We were called ambassadors of goodwill in our respective countries and really just meet a lot of youth leaders at that time. That was in 1979. So after 50 years, nung nakita kami ni Ira sa ating reunion, nating golden celebration, nakapang kami na finally nagkita tayo, finally nagkita kami. So again, last meeting din nung panahon na yun. And masaya ako, masaya siya. At again, nalungkot na naman ako narinig kong sa isang kaibigan na si Ira nag-pass on. Si Noel, alam niyo naman yung pakiramdam ko nung sinabi ko nung sa wakwak. Sabi ko sa inyo na malungkot din ako na hindi natin na nagabayan ng gusto si Noel at sumuko siya, bumigay siya. But nonetheless, at least meron tayong mga kaibigan doon ang pwedeng magdasal sa atin. Pero I want to go back to Mon. Si Mon, simula first year high school hanggang fourth year, seatmate ko siya. 114, 224, 331, saka 441. Nagkahiwalay lang ng klase. Nagkahiwalay lang kami mo nung pumunta siya ng Ateneo, UP. Ako nagpunta ako ng Adamson. Pero paminsan-minsan nakikita rin kami dahil sa tennis, poker, saka iba pa. Tapos magkaklase na naman kami pagdating sa Masters, graduate school sa AIM. And that was really a defining moment for both of us. It was during after our first year of our 2-year course, na may project kami naman putting up or reviving a pub restaurant in Mabini. And maraming nangyari sa amin ni Mon. Maraming nangyari kay Mon. And sabi nga ni Charito, inalagaan naman siya ng Diyos na despite his sickness, the grace of God, the love of his friends still poured in until the very end. And in fact, up to now, ang dami kaibigan si Mon, ang dami siyang mabait na kaibigan na kaya to ng talagang matagal. Siguro yan na lang muna i-share ko sa inyo. I really have so many experiences with Mon. Mon is really an member of our family. Pumupunta lang yan sa amin.
Nagbe-break up ka, Benny. Nagbe-break up ka. Maybe it's a signal. Okay, I'll get back to you later pag okay na. I see Ray Lacson still here. Would you able to say hello, Ray?
No. Yes, thank you. Thank you all. I was just happy listening to the sharing, so I couldn't get out. It's wonderful what you have there. Enjoy yourselves. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, Ray. Go ahead. Go ahead, Ray.
Hello, hello.
Go ahead, Ray. Go ahead. We can hear you. We can hear you. Go ahead.
Oh, did you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Go ahead, Ray.
Okay, we'll get back to Ray. Let me see who else is here. I see Nilo Soriano. Nilo. Hello, Nilo.
Yes, hi po. Kumusta?
Wala kang video. Hindi ka ba nag-makeup? Okay, good.
Oh, I remember Noel. Noel tahimik. Usually during lunchtime, we stay in the covered courts. Sama si Noli, si Noel, tsaka sometimes si Ira nandun din. Si Ira, I remember Ira, he used to wear sunglasses. Parang si
James Dean. James Dean.
Yeah. Then si Noli, Si Noli kasama ko sa boys. So every December, right after Christmas, we go camping sa Baguio. And then there was one incident na one time we went to Barnum Park. We rented a car that goes around yung car na, yung rental na you go around the park. And he was driving, and then I told him, hey, it's my turn to drive. And I did, and we hit the tree. We hit the tree in there. I think we had to pay like 30 pesos for the damage. Yun lang. And thank you, Boo. Si Simon naman, Kemon. After 29 years, I went back to the Philippines and we got together. I saw Mon. I was really devastated. Paano? I know him as a very lively person. Sunod, iba na siya nung nakita ko. Yun lang. Tsaka, thank you, Boo, sa pag-organize nito.
Glad of you to join us, Nilo. Hello to Mavic and Martin and the family.
Pinapakain. Hey, Martin.
Hi.
Hello, Martin. Hello.
Hello, Martin. Nice to see you. Yeah. Meron kaming, for the benefit of our guests who are not in the batch, before me, June Aquino, then me, we were the record holders of having the youngest kid. And then Nilo became the reigning champion for a while. Was it before, was Bucho Peña before you, or you came after Bucho Peña?
First.
Nauna ka kay Bucho? O hindi, nauna si Bucho sa'yo, di ba? So Bucho had the youngest kid, si daughter, then dumating si Nilo Soriano. So he was the record holder for quite a while until our friend June Asuncion came along, and he all of a sudden produced a new offspring who just turned 1 year old recently. 1 year old, yes. So that's our batch. Anyway, who else is here? Thank you, Nilo. Thank you.
Thank you, Bo.
Okay. Emil, how are you? Emil, can you come in? Emilio.
Yes,
okay.
Sir.
Okay, I can hear you now. I can hear you, Emilio.
Okay. What's going on? No.
What's going on? Is Lisa with you now?
Yeah, she's around here. We all had to go in the house.
Well, say hello, Emil.
Hey, hello, everybody. That was a very nice, presentation and the whole works. Anyways, I don't know what to say. Nice to see you all, and nice to be with you guys. Just, I don't know, stay healthy. See you guys later. You know I don't talk too much. Mahiyain, my guess. I don't know. Anyways, I'm done. Hello.
Okay, Emil, you stay healthy too, okay? That's an order.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, RG is not around. Where is RG? Okay, who else? I'd like to, unahin ko muna yung mga taga-abroad para, okay.
Si RG, kumakain pa yata eh.
Kanina pa kumakain yan eh. RG, okay ka na ba? Kanina ka pa kumakain, RG. RG Reyes. Wala, mamaya na. Hi, Lisa. Hello, hi, Lisa. Hi. Miss you.
Let everybody, let everybody, yung iba naman, yung hindi pa nakakapagsalta.
Okay,
Sino
RG.
pa?
Okay, sige.
Sino pa ba?
I see Nebs Biado just joined us.
Ayan.
Nebs. Pasok, Nebs. Nebs.
Sorry, medyo nahuli. Pero inabutan ko rin kayo.
Thank you, Bua, for making this possible. Maski na paano nagkikita tayo. Maski na this time na medyo nalagasan na naman tayo. Pero I remember all of them, of course, classmates. And some of them are medyo naano ko si Noli, Medalla. Si Mon, alam ko, he was so popular sa ano natin noon eh. Everybody knows him, si Mon. Si Ira naman, especially Ira. Si Ira kasi nagkasama kami sa ano rin, sa UP. And then we became magkasama kami sa fraternity sa UP. And he became our head. I remember him dahil I cannot forget him because nung mga rumble nung araw, kasama ko si Ira. Hindi ko makalimutan yung sasakyan niya. Sasakyan ng dad niya. Very colorful. Buick ata yun. I don't remember. Dahil ano nga siya, kasama siya. We started hunting yung aming enemy at that time. Pero nagkaroon ng problema yung sasakyan niya. Walang atras. Kaya sabi niya, di bale, abante lang tayo na abante. That is a very memorable moment with Ira. Tapos nawalan kami nawalan ng connection dahil na nagpunta sa US. Pero it's God is good eh. Kita mo yung ating last reunion, nakita-kita uli kami ni Ira and then brings up a lot of memories. Pati yung mga dumating doon, yung mga first time. Alam mo, maganda yung ganyan eh. From time to time we meet together. We always remember them. And we thank God for their lives, how they affected our lives. We'll continue to pray, of course, and especially those who are left, yung mga families nila, those who are grieving. You are in our prayers. So, yun lang siguro at this time. This is what I can say. Bo, back to you.
Wala kang audio.
Ha?
Wala kang, ayan. Wala kang audio.
Okay na. Okay
yeah,
na.
you're
Yeah?
okay. Yeah, you're okay now.
It's Amang. I wanted to call Amang but naka-mute si Amang. Amang, naka-mute ka pa. Amang. Yeah, go ahead. Naka-mute ka. Naka-mute ka.
Yan. Go ahead. Wala na ako ng battery. Yes, Bo.
Go ahead. Sharing mo, Amang.
Okay. As we sabi nga, celebrate the 40th day death anniversary ni Mon and the memories of our other batchmates, si Noli, si Ira, si Noel. Our hearts are filled with sadness and tears, but the memories are filled with smiles and laughter of the good times we shared over the years. Okay? I pray lang that the love of God unfolds during this journey of grief. And may God and may the peace which comes from the memories of love shared comfort now and in the days ahead. So God bless you all and just keep healthy and stay positive and keep our faith. Thank you.
Salamat, Amang. Thank you very much. Thank you for the participating in the petitions. Okay. Rolly Reyes, Tuka, can you join us? Rolly Reyes.
Hello.
Go ahead, Rolly. Go ahead.
Mhm. Well, I'll begin with Mon, no? Pero I have already shared yung aking experience with Mon before. And uh, after hearing ano, Charito on what happened to Mon, uh, I remember during our high school days, I knew that Mon was really somebody special. Na he would be an achiever and realize his dreams. But yun nga, unfortunately, something happened and everything went somehow um, not as not as expected. So now it's now clear to me na yun nga, Mon was really destined for something, and I'm glad I heard Charito's version of Mon's story. And as far as Ira is concerned, Ira Lacson, he was also a close friend because we had a group before, yung Doubts nga, together with Danny Ong, Gire, Danny Dunca, Jordan Young, and also Jing Angeles. I don't know where he is now. Sana he can be again with us in this group. No? Si Ira, I remember was a very studious guy. He told me before na he was supposed to be in a higher level in high school, but I think he was relegated to a lower high school level. So we met in grade four, high school uh, fourth year, and I remember he was a very attentive student, and he was favorite of most of the teachers because pagka tinatawag yung for recitation, he was always prepared and delivered well. I just remember one expression he had, yung parati na sinasabi. Ewan ko kung sadya ito or something like nagpapatawa siya. Pag nagpo-pause na siya, he mentioned subalit, datapwat, ngunit in succession. So I don't know if it was intentional or just out of he was nervous or something. And going to Noli, unfortunately, we were never um, classmates all throughout yung mga stay namin sa Medalla. But I'm sure if we had been batchmates, classmates, he would have been a good friend as well because he was also quite a religious person as I heard. And as far as Noel Gonzales, I remember Noel as a very spick and span, always a neat guy and quiet. He was one of the tallest in our batch, but he was quiet and rather always in a pensive mood. Parang. Anyway, I wish all these guys, I hope they're now resting in peace and God bless them all. That's all, Boo. And thank you very much for this opportunity.
Salamat, Rolly. Nice to see you again. Take care. Take care, pare. Actually, I think all of them are resting in peace right now. But since they're about 44 already, by my count, they're all 44 departed. Isang section na sila, no? And especially with Monder and Noli, ang gulo siguro ng section na to. Imagine Danny Ong, Ricky Barreiro together with Noli and Mon and sino pa si Dindo Concepcion,
Bobit Matay.
even if they Bobit Matay, Jerry Valdez, I mean I can, I'd like to say all their names, but this mass is also for them, also remembering them I miss all of them, and I am not some of them were not in my loop in high school, but starting maybe in 1994 or 1993 when we were forming this group again, I got to become close to them, even close to many, including especially si Boron. Boron was not in my circle before, no, and even Ira, even for this brief moment that we were together, we became close, no. So I'm glad that we had all of them. Anyway, there one big section in the sky now. Ang gulo na siguro nila doon, no. I don't know who's leading the mischief, but with Mon there now, I'm sure it's regulated now, no. So anyway, sino ba dito? Unahin natin yung mga abroad. Sunny Fortuno, are you still there, Sunny? Sunny, hi.
I'm
Can you
here,
join
Bo.
us? Join us. Hello,
Yes.
Sunny. Hi.
Hello, I can hear you.
Yeah, your Sunny is coming in from Sacramento. How's everything there?
Everything's back to normal here, Bo. No more looting, no more
Okay.
rioting.
Okay, that's good to hear. Go ahead, Sunny. Go ahead.
Thank you, Bo, and the other organizers, for this mass for our departed batchmates. First of all, I remember Ira from high school. We always teach him by when he comes in, we call him Mayor because of Mayor Lacson of Manila, who also wore dark glasses. And Ira always wore his dark glasses. So when he comes in, Mayor, kamusta na? And he always was in a good mood. You never can see Ira, in a bad mood or, not being kind with anyone. And I think one time we skipped classes when we had that, that paper drive. We already packed newspapers. We brought it with us. But when we went out to supposedly solicit more newspapers, I think we went to the movies. So that was some good time with the newspaper campaign. Anyway, with Noli, I last saw him during our excursion to Boyet Season's place in Nueva Ecija, and I was sitting next to him, and he was
Boyet
really
Hoson. Boyet Hoson.
Boyet the Hoson, and he was really Noli was really full of life. I mean, he was so he was still in his drinking mode. So I remember that big bottle of what's that? Double black label. Came in full. An hour later, it was in front of him, and it was like almost one fourth left. The big, I think, a big bottle. So it was really a big surprise.
Kasama naman kami ni Emil doon. Kasama kami ni Emil.
Emil at no one dyan, si Emil eh.
Hindi lang si Noli yun. Baka magtaka si Isa eh.
Pero nasa harap niya yung mga bote.
Well, ginawa lang namin excuse si Noli, kunyari siya uminom.
Hindi naman siya nakahalata na yung mga bote eh, tinabi niyo sa harap niya, no ha? Anyway, it was a good time to see also Noli so happy and full of life at that day trip we took. And I remember also the last time I saw Mon, it was when I went to his house, and he and Charito and my wife and Father Tarsi, we went to the wake of Ed Desena's wife, Polo. And Mon was, was already in his wheelchair, and he wasn't really that, that healthy anymore. So we went there for some time, and then we left for Antipolo. And I told Charito, it's a good thing that all of us will get lost because we had no idea where that place is in Antipolo, and it's not showing up on the GPS. Those are fun memories with, our batchmates who are no longer here. I especially miss also Obit Matay, one of my better friends in from San Beda and also from UP. Although we had different fraternities in our college, we were in the college basketball team, and no matter that Bobit was, not really exactly tall, but he was always there starting the fights. Pag may gulo doon sa basketball court, inumpisahan ni Bobit yun. Anuntok na. Kaya nagkakagulo. Anyway, I was glad also seeing you guys again, and hope we'll see each other again next year. Our next, Prolix at San Beda. And I hope all of you will stay safe. Thank you.
Tito Bu, nakamute po kayo.
May dumaang 4 na anghel.
Oo nga.
Diba? Oh, tumahimik tayong lahat eh.
Oh, Mike, can you unmute, Mike?
Yep.
Mike.
Hello everybody.
Hello. Okay.
Glad to join this Zoom session with my video. The last time I was on Zoom was DSL, so I couldn't put my video on. It would be very low bandwidth, so I'd cut off many times. Yes, I just had this prayer for all of them yesterday, and I also included Bobit, Jerry, Dindo, Danny Ong, Poch, Lamug, and Noel, and Noli, Mon, Ira. Maraming nalagas kasi the last time I checked our roster that Boo posted with the pictures, I think there were about 30, 27 to 30, and then nadagdag, sabi niya, every 5 years yata noon. Now almost every year nadadagdag ang numbers natin to go to heaven. I don't really remember too much of my Sambeda young days kasi every time class would end, Dad would pick me up right away. Hindi na ako nakakalisaw sa loob. It was in high school where I started to be around for longer periods of time that most of my experience was singing, and Mon was one of the 3 people who sang with us in intervals or yung mga convocation in programs where we put intermission numbers. And Danny Benal, I, and Mon used to practice behind St. Benedict's Hall, one of the gardens there sometimes, or sometimes in the classroom. And we'd sing Letterman songs, blending together. Sometimes I think a few pieces from Fifth Dimension. And yung mga Ipanima na yan, all of the some Latin numbers. I just remember back in 2015 where Red 66 was getting together and Mon would visit us together with Charito. That time he was really walking quite well. He's able to recognize everybody. That was 2015. 2016 still would come around. Then 2017, that's when stuff started to go downhill a little bit. And then after that, I remember visiting Mon and Charito at their place maybe 3 or 4 times. And then also delivering some of our batch Fun from Heaven fee directly to her. And sometimes Boggs and I would make a visit, and would bring pizza. At that time, Mon would hardly remember us, but when he did, he would shine up right away. And we'd shake hands. And, we talk about many spiritual stuff. And with Boggs around, it really becomes a nasty debate. But it's good. Everybody's stepping in the right direction. And I think that's the mission control that Mon played in our lives, especially with our band manager, Boggs Bonifacio. So I think mission control is part of that, and part of Itoy's mission is in that direction. I'm missing Mon. Last time I also remember he was looking for his guitar and we couldn't find it. Sad to speak, we couldn't locate it. And I also gave him, I think, a USB of some of our songs that Red 66 was going to play because he wanted to let one of his friends listen to it, so we could get some I don't know, maybe ad work or program work in the media. So as far as the request earlier, we're trying to get Pee Wee's number so we could add him to the Viber group. The Viber group has been there since 2017 after the 3 months before the Christmas party at the mental hospital where about 74 veterans appeared. And then we're continuing the Viber group onto the next party, which was the December 9 at the Camp Crame, and then continue on to the last one in 2019 at Hill Trinidad's place. So Matty and I are running the Viber admin positions, and we hope to continue it so we can keep everybody connected.
Okay, Mike, thank you. Thank you very much. June San Juan, Jim De Jesus, Hill Aguirre, get ready. I don't still see your video. Meanwhile, let's call on Benji, my friend, Benji Macias. Hello, Benji. Benji, unmute, Benji. Your mic, check your mic. Benji. Benji.
Yep, I'm here.
All right. Okay. Go ahead, Benji.
Hi, guys. Nice to see you guys around. And I'm thankful enough, especially to you, Boo, for organizing this opportunity to see each other. And to say respect to our dear friends, Mon, Noli, Ira, and Noel. Let's start with Mon. Well, during elementary, I knew it all along that Mon was a person who would succeed And he was, if I compare myself to him, he was about 3 or 4 notches higher than me. He was such a guy that I'd like to model myself to him. Unfortunately, I went to on a different direction. I took the athletic side. Just the same, I was very much impressed with Mon, even up to the time that we finished our high school and we separated ways. I knew all along that he is a man of good promises, and I will surely miss Mon's presence. Noli, we share a lot of something in common. He was into farming, wherein I am also into farming. And the last time we saw each other was at on Boy at Hoson, and we have a very good exchange of ideas. Though he mentioned to me that he was under medication, and I told to him, stay track on what you're doing, be focused. Unfortunately, he was tinawagan kagad siya, and he has a lot of things to do upstairs. Noel, what can I say, Noel? He was we come from the same place. He was his family was very established in our place where I spent about 15 years of my life in Pampanga. And he knew that I was staying there for 15 years. So we had a good connection at that time. I couldn't remember. The last time I saw him was the 50th. But during my stint in Sambeda, very seldom do I meet him. So I am not so close to him. But just the same, him being our batch, I'm happy to say that I was able to meet him in our grand reunion. Again, with Charito on the side to help us. Thank you, Charito. Mon, Noli, Noel, Ira, please pray for us that we be able to share these ideas later on. Kapag nandun na tayo sa taas, magkita-kita tayo. And I'm sure magkakagulo tayo again. Thank you very much. Thank you, Bu.
Salamat, Benji. Okay, June San Juan, are you ready, June?
Well, I'm eating lunch, but I'm ready.
Medyo okay lang, tumatalsik lang yung pagkain mo sa screen. Sige, go ahead.
There's Dorigen on the side. Okay. And
Hi Dorigen.
In terms of getting to know our departed classmates, I only knew Mon and Noel. As a matter of fact, kay Noel, we were traveling both to Tarlac on last February 22. I think he was going to Couples for Christ event, and we were going to Tarlac for my wife's reunion. And we were discussing the traffic situation along the way. And that was the last time that I had interaction with him through Facebook. And the first time I met him was, I think, to the trip going to Boyd's place in Nueva Ecija. And he was making cuento that he was the barangay kagawad there in San Antonio. And he told me how expensive it was to become a politician in such prosperous barangay. But he told me that he was really in public service, so I accepted it as that. With Mon,
I only met him closely when he rode with us going to Nueva Ecija also. And at that time, he was already feeling the effects of his prior bout, I think, with his stroke. And he was at times funny, sometimes incoherent. But, since that was a long trip, it was quite enjoyable that I heard so many facets of his life. The other two, since I only spent my elementary years in San Beda and all the other years in Ateneo, I really don't know them very well. So with that, that's all I can say.
Salamat, Jun. Salamat, Jun. Jun was our classmate up to grade school. Then he moved on to Ateneo. And then in college, Mon and I met Jun. And Jun told us, oh, so you finally saw the light. Sabi ni Jun, when we moved to Ateneo. Sabi ni Mon sa kanya, no, we brought the light. Okay. So anyway, okay, RG. RG, ikaw na. RG.
This was a nice memorial. Got to see, got to get to know more of our batchmates who passed away. Boo, thank you for organizing this. I think it was Philip, no? And Victor's? Was it
Yeah, Philip. Thank you, Philip, for hosting the Zoom meeting.
Yeah, the only thing that I'm sad, malungkot, pero we gotta move on. It's just I realized life is too short, So we gotta make the most of it. Anyway, Mon, Noel, Ira, and Noli, rest in peace, and we'll see you soon. That's it, guys. Stay safe.
You too, RG. Hello to Lydia.
Yep.
Hil Aguirre, are you still there? Hil, I see your name. Hil. Nagpapagupit siguro si Hil. Hil Aguirre. Jim De Jesus. Jim De Jesus, how are you? Okay, I think.
Naglalaba pa eh. Ikaw naman oh.
Okay, sige, Hil. Okay, Hil, come in. Wala kang video.
Alam mo, naglalaba eh. Nakakahiya eh. Nakaano ako eh.
Nakatwalya? O ano?
Hindi, sige. Oh.
Go ahead, Hil.
Ayan. Ito na ako. Wala, naiisip-isip ko lang siguro yung apat sa taas pinagtatawanan tayo. Kung bakit? Sabi siguro nung apat, tignan mo yung mga gunggong na yun, pare-pareho naman Pilipino, English na English. Oh, di ba? Di ba personality nila yun? Pero it's, seriously, it was a very good memorial. Boo, hats off talaga ako pagka nag-organize ka. It's really touching, especially yung mga tribute ng mga family members. Bea, napaiyak ako doon sa kanta mo. Totoo lang. Hindi lang mami mo naiyak, kami rin. And it was good seeing the other family members, si Isa, yung mga kapatid ni Ira, who I have not met before. But Ira was a close friend kasi not only San Beda but hanggang UP. Hanggang UP kabarkada namin si Ira. So the guy is, I couldn't remember a time na Ira was mad at anybody. Lagi nakangiti, kilala mo naman si Ira. And Mon, and Noli, these are very good guys. So we know where they are right now. So we should be thankful that they were able to share their lives with us. It could have been longer. We hope it would be longer. Pero with the little time we have, doon naman din tayo pupunta. Hopefully, kung saan sila nandun, doon din tayo pupunta. So dapat magpakabait na tayo lahat, di ba? Yeah. So that's all I can say. So again, congratulations for this memorial. Hopefully, we can have more interactions like this, not only in times like, you know, sad affairs, but especially pagka wala na siguro itong pandemic natin, we can get together personally and share more stories about these guys who have gone ahead of us. Yun lang. Oh, pwede na akong maglaba ulit. Sige. Thanks,
Buhay
guys.
Amerika, no?
Buhay Amerika. Walang ano rito, walang tagapaglaba, walang tagalinis, tagahugas ng pinggan.
Ay, sus.
Okay, bye guys.
Wala kang audio.
Okay, I see an Anna. I see an Anna Quintanar. Are you around, Anna? We'd like to meet you, Anna Quintanar. Charito.
Yes, wait. I have my video off. I'm actually the eldest daughter of the younger sister of Tita Charito.
Hi, Ninang.
Yeah. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
It's truly, wait, do you see an audio now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, you're okay. You're okay.
It's truly heartwarming to listen to all the tribute that was given to the 4 deceased members of your batch. And truly, it is, I'm sure the whole family share this view with me that we are grateful for the lives that they have all led. So thank you so much that we have been made part of this tribute today. Thank you.
Thank you, Anna, and I'm sure you had very good experiences with your Tito Mon, and
Definitely, he played a big part of my childhood. He really took us around. He really played with us. He really spent so much time with us. And he has spent a lot of time with me and our family. We live close to Tita Charito and Tito Mon.
okay, sa Kundiman
No,
yan.
not Kundiman. When they moved to Saviorville. So that was when I was still single, I used to stay in Loyola Heights.
Okay, I got it. Okay. I heard my friend Randy Cannon also posted in one of the that when they were kids, Mon would always take him around, but it was because he was still courting Charito.
No, he was consistent even after.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
Okay. For those of you who do not know, it took 13 years before Charito finally answered Mon. Okay. And maybe this is the time to find out, Charito, why did it take 13 long years before you answered my friend, our friend? Why? Please.
No, first of all, I had to really pray about this, and at the same time, because there was an age difference, I knew it would be best to let him go and live his own life and grow and glow. So, but Mon was wise. What he told me was, I'm not asking you whether you love me or not. Just give me the privilege of loving you. And so he just went on and see the family, and everybody really loved him. Now, I want to especially thank the people in the States, the Lion Angels and those in the States. They are not they are physically far, and even Canada, no, si Bert. But they are especially close. Never was there a time when you have to call them. They're just upfront, you know, praying for you, showing their concern, even sharing their love tokens, you know. And I really thank all of them, no, and all of you. Talagang, and this time, Boo, you made it special, you know. You went out of your way and how you really prepared it, including na nga yung kapatid mo, si Buddy, you know, and how you asked Richard and all that. I cannot thank you guys enough. Again and again, you all made us feel how faithful, how reliable, how untiring is God's love. So siguro yun lang gusto ko. Lahat tayo kapituko sa Kanya, remain rooted in Him, no? And be led by Him. Let Him orchestrate your life, no? Talagang you will not be sorry. That's why even if I'm missing Mon and the fact that I won't see him anymore pains, no? I have peace because I believe, you know, that Jesus really, our God, is our true hope and salvation. So remain in His love. Remain a delight in His love also. And you will not be sorry. So I love each one of you. And thank you for showing God's love to Bea and me. You know, even some of the friends from Lion Angels and the others, during the birthday of Bea, they tried to reach out and make it also special for her. So again, you are family to us. No? Thank you ever so much. And also, Boo, nagpuyat ka, alam ko. And everyone, and of course, Father Tarsi and Philip. Philip is a special nephew-in-law with a special niece, Maribel. No? I want to thank you. They've been very faithfully caring for us. No? Anna, thank you. You never failed. You know, during the prayers, you're always there. And everyone, my heart is full of thanksgiving. I can just glorify the Lord for you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Charito. RG, may tatanong ako sa'yo, RG. RG.
Go ahead.
Yung linya ni Mon, just give me a chance to love you.
The privilege of loving
The
you.
privilege of loving you. Have you used that already, RG?
Hindi. That's too romantic.
Oo nga. Kung had I known about that before, wow, I would have had, si
You
Mon
would have used
talaga.
it with the other girls.
Teka, ano yun?
I
Sinusulat
tell
ko pa
you,
eh.
Mon was like Pogi. Pogi.
Tsaka romantic talaga yan. Walang katapat siya when it comes to being enamoratic.
Can you say
Okay.
that again, Charito? Anong linya niya? The
Ano?
privilege of?
Loving you. Just give me the
Oh.
privilege of loving you.
Hindi pa sinusulat.
Wala ko, no?
Charito, anyway, as I told you, Mon is a brother to me. You are a sister to me as well. And, you know, I love you guys. I love Mon. You know, I love Noel, Noli, and Ira. Okay, even if we've met a short time. I love you all. And what's this? I lost my ano. Anyway, mura lang ako, Charito. Baked pasta, pwede na.
Sige.
Have we heard from Philip? Have we heard from Philip?
Not yet. I was going there. I wanted to thank again Philip for hosting this, diba? And he is from Batch 75, as I said, and he's been a good friend for what? Tagal na, 25 years, no? When we first got our 0 and 5 group together, Philip. And even before that, because madalas ako sa compound ng San Victor's dati because of Ricky, no? Because of Ricky. And I met Philip and Jerry when they were still small. We were still bullying them, you know. Philip, come in. Come in, Philip.
O mga kuya, at 75, so I'm 5 years younger and 5 batches younger. So after you left, doon pa lang kami pumapasok ng high school. But of course, I started to know Mon and Poch earlier because of Ricky, your batchmate, who was my first cousin, and we live in the same compound. So si Anton, yung younger brother niya, is 1 year younger than you. My brother Jerry is batch 72.
Birthday ni Anton ngayon.
Yes, today is his birthday, the 13th. And then si Ramsey, yung kapatid ni Ricky, is 1 year younger than me. Pero naging kabarkada ko si Butch Lamug, yung kapatid ni Poch, and his cousin, bali cousin rin ni Poch, si Jojo Ocampo. And until now, we're best of buddies. So that's what San Beda has done, no? For us, and I guess for many Bedans. You become really lifelong friends. Si Butch at saka si Jojo were my classmates since grade 4. And hanggang ngayon, magkasama pa rin kami, nagkakakita-kita. Even sa Zoom, hindi na kami magkita physically, pero nag-Zoom pa rin kami. No? And of course, I was able to visit Poch sometime before. And when he passed, my wife, Maribel, and I went there to be with family. Maribel happens to be the niece of Charito, the eldest daughter of Charito's eldest brother. So I sort of got into cross paths with Mon nung nanliligaw ako at nanliligaw siya. But then in one of my tributes to Mon, I said, I wrote that he was my idol because of, I was in grade 7 sa San Beda. Tapos may election, yung PBM, Progressive Bedan Movement, and I know RG, you were the vice president. So all of you were big, big names to me as a grade schooler. And I always looked up to all of you guys. And now I realize that all of this has a purpose where God would put all of us somehow in some kind of a collage, and what comes out would be very deep, good relationships, priceless relationships, where we're able to not only show love for each other, but respect each other because we know that we've been sent by God to each other. So Simon, unfortunately, I don't know the other kabatch ninyo who had passed away about the same time. It's only Mon because of the relations. Incidentally, as an aside, the Ramon was the godson of Ricky's father, because the father of Mon and Ricky's father were colleagues in the wood industry, and they became friends. In fact, my folks passed away last year and the year after, the year before, and I've been going through a lot of pictures. I found a picture of Tito Carding, Tita Huling with my mother and my father. They were still very, very, they were in their prime, and it just goes to show how far back the relationships were. So my parents and Mon's parents, Ricky's parents and Mon's parents, then Ricky and Ramon, and then I and Ramon. Si Mon and I, especially towards the maybe last 15, 20 years of his life, because we were already in the same family, in the Canon family, we somehow would be able to talk and Alam ko, inggit na inggit siya sa akin dahil ako maraming apo. 5 na ang apo namin ni Maribel eh. Sabi niya, pare, inggit ako sa iyo. Sabi ko sa kanya, sabihin mo kay Bea, wala nang kasalan, pikot na lang.
Oh my God, grabe.
Para magkaroon ka naman ng apo. Sabi ko gano'n. And Charito would be so scandalized with how we would talk, kami dalawa ni Mon. No? And Mon, of course, will try to say, oo nga, pero deep inside I knew he would object to something like that. But I would always say, alam mo, Mon, itong mga apo mo na rin naman yan. And you can enjoy them. So when he passed, I asked my kids, my grandchildren, do you remember who Lolo Ramon is? Of course, di papayag si Tita Itoy na Lolo ang tawag. No? But sabi nila, is he the guy who kisses everybody? Tapos lalabas nila yung kanyang lips na nakaganon. So that's what he left in the memories of his apostles. That he is somebody who would kiss, and one of them said, oh, he's very kind. So, from the perspective of little children, that's who Ramon was to them. And again, that is because of relationships and Ramon's ability to really forge deep, real, genuine relationships. So it's not just friendship, it's not just family relations, but I believe these are relations God has used for a purpose to be able to touch our lives through people. And Mon is missed, but there are still a lot of memories out there that were really good. And of course, we're looking forward to the family that Bea and Kevin will be raising out of Hong Kong or Manila or wherever. But in all of this, just as Charito said, in all of this, to God be the glory. Salamat sa inyo mga kuya.
Thank you, Philip. Thank you, Philip. Maybe this is an opportunity to give Philip and RG and the rest of the guys some background during 1968, I think. It was 1968 when out of nowhere, Mon Garcia tells me and Poch Lamog, I want to run for the council president. Sinagot kaagad namin siya, pare, talo tayo kay Baka. Malakas si Baka. No, I mean, Bert was very popular in the 4th year. Tapos, sabi kaagad ni Ramon, this is how smart Mon is. Sabi niya, o di sa kanya na yung 4th year, ligawan ngayon natin ligawan ngayon natin yung underclass. No, we were 3rd year pa lang. So malakas si Baka sa 3rd year. Ligawan natin ngayon na 2nd at 1st year. So 2-1 na advantage natin. O nga, So that was our approach. That was our strategy. But it turned out, nung nag-registration na yung candidates, and I actually registered RG to be vice president of MON. No, under Progressive Bedan movement. No? Biglang Bert and me and I were disqualified because of our low conduct grades. No? So na-disqualified kami pareho. And kaya naman kami naging close din ni Baka kasi we were in the same boat. We were both disqualified. No?
Sino
And
nakalaban sinong nag-run against Mon?
Si Emmy, si Boy Navarro. Si Boy Navarro. Hindi, si Boy Navarro. Si Boy Navarro. But since he came in late, syempre, wala na. Nalampaso siya, landslide, no? Tapos, I don't know who ran against you, RG, but you won by a landslide. Anyway, Philip, what we did is nagkaroon kami ng Senate, nagkaroon kami ng Congress, we empowered everybody. Bert was secretary of 4th year, di ba? Si RG was like a Senate president, head of Congress or something. and it was really working. It was really working, and it was really a new novel idea towards student government. No, na everybody was participating in everybody was there. No, everybody was working together, and Mon was able to put this together.
I'm sorry.
And his first little achievement, and there were bigger ones, was that he was able to get Father Benito Afang, our principal then, to allow the fourth-year students to smoke, but in designated areas. To us, it was a big achievement. Hindi na kami nagtatago mag-yosi. And at fourth year, practically all of us were smoking already. So there were designated areas where we could smoke. Well, I remember my favorite designated area for smoking was in the room of Father Andy Formiliesa, no? Rest in peace. No, because Father Andy was a chain smoker as well. Father Benito was a chain smoker as well. Anyway, I don't want to take too long. Isa, are you still around, Isa? Because we'd like to wrap this up, no? Because it's in the Isa. Isa,
I'm
would you?
here, Tito, yeah.
Yeah, would you like to say a few? Would you like to say a few words, Isa, before we wrap this all up?
I'd just like to say thank you again, Tito Boo, and to Father Torres, who's not here. A rest assured prayers for him. And I would like to say thank you to everyone for taking their time. We have different time zones here, but you managed to be able to stay and join in this beautiful memorial. I'm sure my dad up there is partying up with the other friends, batchmates of his. So we would love to remember them as people who lived their life. So I would like to say once again, thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you so much, Tito Boo, for doing this for my dad and Tito Mon, Tito Ira, and Tito Noel. And I'm so happy to meet everybody. This is the first time. So I'm so happy to meet who my dad spent high school, some grade school friends. I'm so glad that I was able to meet all of you. So I would like to stay healthy, stay well, and take care. God bless us all. Thank you.
Okay, Isa. When I saw your dad last, I was also with Mati Fernando, and he's here right now. And maybe we can ask Mati to come in. Seals? That was February 27, Mati.
Yeah, exactly a month ago before he passed.
Hello,
Yeah.
hello. Yeah.
Hi, Tito.
It's just by chance that Boo and I came from Pasig, and alam mo na yung molecule. I was buying golden molecule from your dad for my wife, Uchi. And then we passed by coming from Pasig, and then we didn't have lunch yet. So your dad served us some sandwiches, said that's all he had. So anyway, we had a short stop, became a long chat, and then finally I think we went home around 3 o'clock, and yeah, that's the last time we saw your dad. But I was with him also. We were with him also at the Nebaisiha trip, and Max, yeah, and I was very close to your dad. And then one time we were talking about your father-in-law, at the Gallego. Your father-in-law was collecting records. So I told him I knew him.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and that was one of the last the time we were talking during the trip. Well, I know your dad is happy.
Yes. And I know he's ready. He's ready.
Yeah.
He lived a full life. Yeah.
Yes, I know. He's
I have
really
a-
retired.
I have a question for Isa. Isa, ilan kayong magkakapatid?
3. I'm the eldest. And I have 2 brothers.
Ilan na nga po sa apo?
My dad has 4. So 3 from me and 1 from my other brother. 4 apos. But you know, my dad, he loves, iba yata, I don't know, but iba yata ang love. Because I'm the only daughter and the whole family knows that I'm his favorite. But when I had children, it's a different kind of love. The lolo and the lolas, different kind of love to the grandchildren talaga. I cannot compare. Especially my dad.
Your dad was a great guy. Great guy.
He would just call onto my kids and ask them to go to time zone, eat McDonald's in the middle of a week after school. He brings my kids to Ateneo, my son. In the fair, he joins him. That kind of lolo. Very, very loving, very caring. He's a good guy. So, and he is very fond of his San Beda people, friends. So I'm just grateful, and I'm sure he is very happy to see us doing this for him and to all the batchmates that passed.
So took over as kagawad for him.
The last term was my mom na po. So my mom is the kagawad this term, but just for one term.
Okay.
RG, the barangay of Noli is the #1 barangay of all the whole Philippines.
Yeah,
Is that right? In terms of what? In terms of what?
In everything, in services and income.
Really?
Yeah.
Barangay what?
Barangay San Antonio.
San Antonio.
What town? What city?
Pasig.
Pasig.
Wow.
Yeah, it also helps RG that the Ortigas Business Complex falls under that barangay.
Yes.
Oh wow. Wow. He was a dedicated public servant, huh?
Oh, when we were there, he was updating us with the new CCTVs with the facial recognition that they're installing in the barangay.
Thank you so much to everyone. Thank you.
Salamat, Isa.
You're welcome.
See you soon physically.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm praying for the world heals, diba? And I'm
Yeah.
praying for people to be hopeful and less fearful.
Tsaka send us some tips, ha? Send your tito some tips on better exercise and things like that that we can handle. Mati, anything more about Noel, Ira, and Mon?
Si Ira, invited me to lunch. Kami ni Luchi invited us to lunch noong sometime August 2018. So that was the first time. Ewan ko kung bukas pa yung yung picture ko pinadala, now opening pa lang eh. Ewan ko kung bukas pa. Sa New Jersey yun, a Chinese restaurant. So he treated us for lunch. And kinukonvince ko siya na magpunta nga sa Golden natin. So after that, no more contact. And I was really surprised na pagdating ko sa Threads, ngiting-ngiti siya na, nandito ko panangako ko, tinupad ko sa. So just happy. Si Noel naman.
Bakit hindi niya nasabit si Piwi?
He gave me the number of Piwi. Tinatawagan ko hindi until we left. Hindi ko makontak si Piwi. Iniwan ni Ira sa akin yung number. Siguro di ako kilala. So anyway, I just joined Piwi with our Viber group, and nandun na siya. He gave me his number, so kasama na siya ngayon.
Kasi hindi pa ako nagtututbrush nun eh.
Hindi pa daw siya nagtututbrush.
Hindi ko natanggap yung...
Kaya pagbalik ko sa Jersey, hanapin kita talaga.
Good. Looking forward.
Well, si Noel naman, I started the satisfaction thing about Noel. Nung nandun tayo sa S12's Christmas party, sabi ko kay Noel, tahimik, di ba? So, as in, baka gusto mo kumanta kasi everybody was singing. I had the songbook na, yung list of the songs. Sabi niya, bigla sabi sa akin, pare, satisfaction. Alam mo na yung personality, tahimik eh. Ba? Bigay na bigay nung kumanta. Nagulat ako. So every time na dadating siya sa any event, papakantahin namin ang satisfaction. So yun. Well, Mon, madami kong kwento eh, pero alam na ng lahat yan about Mon. We've been together ever since this homecomings reunions are going on. So basta pagkatapos ng isang event, sasabihin lang sa akin ni Mon, pare, ang galing mo. Sabi ko, hindi ako. Madami kaming gumagawa nito. Hindi pare, I love you. Biglang mag-high five. Ganun na. O kaya, kikis pa rin. Yung nakanguso. O, ganun. So, yun si Mon. O, di ba? So,
Kwinikwento ko kay Charito, one time nanood kami ng sine. No, nanood kami ng sine. And the only available movie, it was a James Bond movie, it was the only available cinema ata was with yung may naka-lazy boy, naka-lazy boy yung mga silya. Tapos may popcorn ka because the ticket was so expensive. Meron kang popcorn na libre and soft drinks na libre. So tuwan-tuwa si Mon. O Charito, nabisto na, binigyan ko ng Coke si Mon. So anyway, so pumasok kami and Mon being Mon, something really happens, no? Biglang sumabog yung popcorn niya sa sine, talaga nagkagulo, naging ano na naman siya, naging star of the day, So anyway, okay, we're about to wrap up. We want to hear some parting words from Bea. Bea, nandiyan ka pa? Bea.
Yes, Tito, I'm here.
So parting words na, then we will wrap up na.
Sorry, I can't turn on my audio for my video because for some reason you can intermittent bigla. I just want to say thank you again to everyone. Thank you, Ninong Epe, Ninang Abel, and Kuya Davey who's been managing the Zoom today. Thank you for hosting the Zoom. Thank you, Tito Boo, for organizing. And again, to each and every person who's been here with us, and not just in Zoom, but who has been very supportive in your words, in your messages. And I'm just so grateful to celebrate Papa.
Nawala. Na-dis-ano na.
Baka nakamute ka.
Okay. Bea?
Okay.
Bea, can you hear me? Bea? Anyway. Bea?
Yes, sorry. Nawala po ako. Sorry.
Yeah, Bea, I said, don't work too hard. You still have to give about 2 to 3 apos, ha?
Oo, mangyayari yan eventually.
Well, soon, very soon, ha?
Post-pandemic
Very soon.
na lang. Na-delay din yung church wedding namin dahil sa pandemic. Pero
Yes, she was supposed to have a church wedding here next month.
In July, opo.
July, yeah.
Maraming tito at tita yung anak mo.
Oo nga, marami po talaga. Pero thank you. I also wanna extend my sincerest condolences to Isa and to the families of Tito Noel, Tito Noli, and Tito Ira. It's unfortunate that I never met them in person, but I know, like Isa said kanina, they're probably having a really good time up there. Thank you again, everybody.
Okay, so thank you very much for joining. I took some screenshots, no? I don't know if Mati was able to take screenshots. Hindi tayo
I have some pictures and videos, so I'll send them to you.
Sige, just send it, post it na lang sa mga chat groups, please. And dun sa Remembering Ramon, natin, we're gonna close that up soon also next week, no? So anyway, salamat. It's hard to say goodbye, but now, I guess many of us now know how to do Zoom, and we can do more Zooms later on, Mike and Mati, and we can organize more Zooms later.
72 tayo kanina.
Oo nga, actually 73 yung biggest number ko kanina, 73.
Really? That much, huh?
Maabot ng 74 nung pag-check ko sa chat.
Wow.
74.
That's awesome.
Okay, anybody
All
for
right.
75?
Huwag niyo sabihin kay Fausto Somoza yan.
Oh nga, you know, I invited Pochi to attend us, and his first question to me was, "Anong channel?" Kaibigan na matalik ni Boron yan. Huwag kayo masyadong ano. Best friend ni Boron yan, si Pochi Somoza.
Boron, ganda ng man cave mo ah.
Ha?
Ganda ng man cave ni Boron eh.
Siyempre, naka-isolate sa asawa. Nasa bahay siya.
Hello kay Christine. Hello kay Christine.
I will.
Nice seeing you guys.
Okay. Chow mein, man. Bye.
Okay, see you guys.
Stay safe. Safe lang.
Stay safe, everybody.
Bye, Piwi.
Good night.
Hello. Bye.
Goodbye.
Tulog na, Boron. Tulog ka na.
Anong oras
na
alas 7 na pala. Matutunaw na ako. Magaganchili pa ako.
London? What time is it in London, Boron?
7.
In the morning?
Umaga na.
Okay.
Okay.
Alam mo, Philip, patayin mo na kasi hindi matatapos to. Patayin mo na kagad. Bye, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Take care, everyone.
Stay safe.
Stay safe. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Hi, Piwi.
Oh.
Ano? Bye pa. Malit pa ni Martin.
Ali.
Oh, Martin.
Sige na. Okay.
Piwi. Yan o, nahanap ka ni Noli. Nilo.
Oh. Nilo. Thank you for attending. Siya nagpadala ng invite eh.
Okay.
Nilo.
Si Mati pupunta rin eh.
Kailan?
May COVID.
Kailan mo pa, Mati?
Ha?
Kailan mo pa?
Pero nakakatakot pa. Bawal huminga.
Bukas na yata yung Chinese restaurant eh. Oh, thank you.
Sige, pagbukas doon tayo. Plainfield yun, sa Plainfield.
Pagbubukas kita ng bintana. Sige.
Hindi ka ba binibisita ni Mon, ni Speedy?
Hindi pa.
Okay. Nandiyan yung anak niya eh. Alam ko yung isang anak niya nasa New York eh.
Kapatid niya. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye. Salamat.
Okay, guys.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Wala na.
Tawagan na lang.
Wala na.
Bye-bye.
Hindi matatapos.
Bye.
Bye.
Keep safe. Ingat, ingat lahat.
Bill.
Sige.
The red one to sleep.
Yeah.
Si Martin yun eh. Oh, hello, Martin.
Hello, Martin. Say hello.
Gising
ka muna. Kaya ako eh.